middle of the week, hump day here. Hump day comes with some drama in the transfer portal that could be an isolated situation now, but could cause some real big waves as we move forward here, and especially at the highest profile position, the position of quarterback, and that's where we'll go.
Yes, he signed a contract to return to the Huskies. This was going to lead our show today until Ty Simpson wanted to come in and ruin the party. He signed a contract to return to Washington for an undisclosed amount of money. I don't know what the official dollar is, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was like $10 million. I thought that was something that I heard over a few years. And now 4 days later, said he is going to enter the transfer portal, and Washington is looking to enforce the terms of the contract that he signed, which, again, we don't know exactly what that entails yet. I'm sure as the days start to come, we'll find out more about what the terms actually are. I wouldn't be surprised if it's you got to give back the NIL dollars that we gave you. But this situation is just starting to get so crazy that the Huskies are going to pursue all legal avenues to make sure those terms are met. So this has a real chance to set a precedent for how these teams, for how players can, enter the transfer portal and what we could see in the future. This is interesting to me for a lot of different reasons, because we have seen reports of the transfer portal being used in a variety of ways. And one of those ways is being used as leverage. Yes. Leverage to get a new deal, whether it's from your team or a team that is vying for your talents. Yeah. And we have seen a few players, most players enter the transfer portal and go somewhere else. Some players enter the transfer portal and return back to their school. I like the baseline nature of it, but I think you're right. I think now that they have settled the mess of two transfer portal windows, they now have a single transfer portal window. It's got a set date on it, which is good. The problem is that a lot of big decisions have to happen really fast. Yeah. So he can say yes to a lot of money very fast and then get an offer from somebody else. And this is me just speculating. I have no idea what Damon Williams was doing when he entered the transfer portal. Yeah. But there's a part of me that thinks that, let's just say his deal, I think Pete Thamel was reporting somewhere in the mid $4 million range. Yeah. Let's just say his deal was around 4.2, 4.4. And then he took the deal and then got a call that, hey, I have $7 million waiting for you. Yeah. And then you're now going back into the transfer portal. I just think it could be a very slippery slope as to what you commit to with a school and where you commit in the transfer portal, because it's being used as a leveraging device in negotiation. Here's my question. Since all of these players have agents now, is it really tampering if you just go and talk to the agent and not the player? Is that really tampering? I mean, I guess not, because tampering has always been considered, especially in the pro sports. I mean, you gotta, tampering is technically speaking directly to the player, but all these players are represented by agencies now. So, I mean, you rarely ever have direct contact with the actual player unless they're on a visit or something. Right, or you can mask it. And this called their agent, and their agent has. And I think this could be serving another loophole in that effect. I'm interested in his situation because, like you said, and I'm putting the shoe on the other foot. I like the players getting paid, but in this situation, if you sign it, you sign a contract saying I'm going to take X amount of dollars from this school, and then you go against it. I'm all for the school going back and saying, no, we're going to recoup our money. We're not going to be used as just a place where you come get paid and then you get out of here. If you're seeking employment and you sign a contract, this is a good point, to start your job, right? And then 4 days later, inside the contract, you have a signing bonus, right? And you get that signing bonus up front. If you then 4 days later are like, no, I actually don't. I want to go search for a different job. Right. You should legally have to pay that signing bonus back. And most companies, when you have a signing bonus, if you leave before a certain amount of time, you have to pay the rest of the signing bonus that you haven't gotten paid yet. Right. Or that you haven't. I don't remember exactly how it works for some companies, but you usually have to pay a certain amount of money. Right. So why in the world would that not be applied to this situation as well? Again, I know the Big Ten knows about this. The Big Ten knows about this whole situation. They just tried to stop something that happened last year with I apologize, I don't remember his name, but there was a situation where a guy went from either Wisconsin to Miami or Miami to Wisconsin.
I remember this vaguely, yeah.
And this has happened before.
Yeah.
But I think this is the opportunity for there to be some precedent set in college sports, because right now, let's just be honest, the players run the sport. There's no one at the top being able to shut down what these players are doing. The players have all the say in the world. The coaches sort of have say, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, you see guys getting released now.
Yeah,
You're being forced into the transfer portal.
Correct. Yeah.
And then you have situations like these where you sign contracts, you agree to a deal, you put pen to paper, but then you back out.
Right.
Like it's just such a wild world right now.
I think the whole sport is overcorrected, because what ended up happening was the players were stripped of almost everything, being able to make any money off their name, image, and likeness. And now we have a situation like this where you're now negotiating with the schools, which that's going to stay, and that's just whatever. We'll have to get used to the language, even though it's been hard to get used to the language of negotiating with the school. The second part of that, though, is to your point, the fact that there is not a certain governing body. So all these players are acting almost as independent free agents within the transfer portal, and these are all the guinea pigs of it, because all these guys that are anywhere between 18 and 22, 23 years old, the guys that are making these initial these initial deals, these are all guys that are now dealing with these negotiations for the first time.
Yep.
And if you just get on the phone and you hear one, and I'm not trying to insult their intelligence, but not a lot of these guys are mature enough to handle these contracts, these responsibilities. And so I think the whole sport is overcorrected. And like you said, this could set a precedent moving forward, because let's just say this does go into court. I think Washington will be granted every single dollar, and rightfully so.
Yeah. I mean, there's only two sports where kids at this age could, again, it's the very top of these athletes in basketball and hockey. The NHL and NBA are the only sports where you really see 18 or 19-year-olds at the professional level. Baseball, you could see them drafted out of high school, but they don't see the MLB for 4 or 5 years.
Correct.
The NFL, I mean, you will never see an 18 or 19-year-old.
Right.
But
soccer, they all live in their academies for a while before they go in.
Yeah,
there's a nice bridge.
So, I mean, now this is just more widespread in college, so you have a greater audience of athletes that are having to deal with these large amounts of money that some of them have never seen before and don't know how to act. So, I mean, there's got to be – that's why all these coaches are starting to promote these financial literacy courses. I know Fran Brown does that up at Syracuse, but we